What is going on, guys? This is Skyhound, also known as Geek Detective Pierce. As you can see here, I had ordered the limited edition for the final entry for Sailor Moon. If you guys recall that I did a quick overview of the selected songs that was for the single for this final season, which is done into a film, as you can see here. Someone on Facebook did also get the limited edition, which is exactly this. And since I got it from CDJapan, they have a different set of extra stuff. So, say for example, if you were going to be getting this on the Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon website, if you're a member, you get this plus some stands. And then on another website, I forgot which one it was, you get a different set of acrylic stands as well if you get this from that other website, if you do the pre-order, if you get what I mean. But anyway, this is what you get for the CDJapan take on it. We get two clear files. Here we see Super Sailor Neptune on one side, and on the other we get her partner, Super Sailor Uranus. And again, these clear folders, there's a very limited amount for those of you guys who went to get this. I managed to order one myself, so eventually they run out, but you can still get this. And with that being said, let me just open this part up real quick. Eventually, but you can sort of see here we get the 2 Blu-rays and then 2 CDs. My Japanese is limited, but I know that one of them has to do with something on the inside. The 40p here, that's referring to 40 pages. There's a booklet inside there. And so if I flip this part over, first off, I want to admire the artwork on this. Like when they were making this, they did a really good job. Kudos to the artists who worked on this. But anyway, do a quick flip, and we get the opposite end. So you can see here, I apologize real quick for the glare. On here, you can see the story as it's laid out. Quick summary. Then you have here disc 1. There's the contents for the Blu-ray. I think the second part is on the special features. This sounds more like audio commentary by the voice actors themselves. Then we get to the second disc for the Blu-ray. You see some of it is for the, I guess I would say the music videos. There's a rough translation on Google Translate when you're looking it up in terms of what's on there. Here we also get also some additional content. But on one of the discs, on the special features, we get also the insert song for the ending of this film, Happy Marriage. Well, the title of that is pretty much a clue in terms of what happens at the end. Tiny spoiler. But then we go to here, we have disc 3 and disc 4. We get the theme songs that, as I mentioned, is also on the singles disc. Give me a second. That theme song collection. So, again, the theme songs that are on this one for disc 3 and 4, we get the actual soundtrack. From what I recall, it shows some of the songs that are on there, as well as a few extras that are not on this selection here. Flip this part over, you see we get one of the songs, Tsuki no Hana, by a new artist. And then we also get the opening to Bishojo Senshi Sailor Moon, Moonlight Densetsu. Track 3 is the Sailor Starlight's opening. The Sailor Stars opening. Sorry, I'm tripping here. Then number 4 is the song by the Three Lights, who are actually the Sailor Starlights in disguise. And then number 5, the ending song for this film. So, as it's come to my understanding, disc 3 is the original soundtrack for this film, and disc 4 is, the music for this film as well, like the actual theme songs, as well as the ending, and then a few extra songs that is not on this, as I said already. So with that part out of the way, let us look into it. Also, if it hasn't been clear, I'm a bit of a, mini collector of sorts and into limited edition stuff. But I did mention once I did get a couple blind acrylic keychains, and this is what came up. So I got Sailor Chibi Chibi shown on there, as well as Eternal Sailor Mercury. So since this is a limited edition, there's obviously a lot of extra goodies. So here we go. Ooh. Okay. Oh my gosh. Now this is beautiful packaging. Beautiful. So we get a bit of an explanation here. So disc 1 is the film, like so. Disc 2, you get your special features and bonus footage, as it shows right there. And disc 3 and 4 is the actual soundtrack. I mean, really, do you really think that they're actually going to be doing this separately? It's debatable, in my opinion. But for those of us who are a bit of like completionists, we do get, stuff that the regular one doesn't have. Yes, you pay a little bit more, but for those of us who are really fans of this, ladies, gentlemen, you know what I'm talking about. And as you can see here, here's a nice little booklet. The way how they secured the booklet on here, I mean, again, I gotta say kudos to the people working on the packaging. Well done to everyone involved. Well done. So here's the booklet. I know some people were showing up. Let's see here. Oh my gosh. Now, the ones working on the art for this, good job on them. Again, my Japanese is limited, so I will eventually be learning it little by little. I mean, look at this. If this is not eye-catching, I don't know what is. But yeah, we see here we get both the Eternal Sailor Scouts forms as well as how it looks like towards the end. I wouldn't say much of a spoiler because it kind of is and isn't, but they do get married, Usagi and Mamoru. And they don't show, Chibiusa also in the wedding dress and all that. But we see here the ones for the inner senshi for each. And then we got the outer senshi. At least them, it also shows they also attend the wedding. Really nice designs, I'll give them that. And here are the extra characters, in this case, that are central to the plot for the final film. First, we have Sailor Kakyu, and I recognize the voice immediately, but some are almost similar, but This is what caught my attention. The voice actor, Mizuki Nana-san. And I was like, come on. When I heard the opening for that, I recognized her singing. I was like, you guys are really jerking my leg here. I was like, because I mentioned before, if you watch my video about the review for the theme song collection, I rattle on about the various characters that Nana Mizuki has played. But yeah, we get the 3 Sailor Star lights. We got Sailor Star Fighter, Sailor Star Healer, and Sailor Star Maker. I know it's kind of covered because of, well, the way how they designed it and all that, but you get the gist. Then we have on the next page Sailor Cosmos and Sailor Chibi Chibi Moon, and finally the antagonists themselves, Sailor Galactica as well as Sailor Galaxia and her crew. I'll just put it that way, or troop in this case. And then you got the cast commentary on here for each. It also shows the signatures for each of the voice actors, which is really, really nice. So it's kind of like the usual interview and all that. It gives, what each of them think of. I don't know if I'd say just the music, but also their time on the show. There's the inners. And then the Starlights and Sailor Kakyu. There's the signature of Nana Mizuki-san. And then the voice actors for Starlights. And then finally Sailor Galaxia herself. Now looking at this for the key animation, they did great on this. I mean, the fact they're still doing it mostly the old-fashioned way, I gotta give respect to these people who work on it. But some also do digital. I mean, those that are able to do at least both, I mean, you have my most respect. You don't just stick on one, but you try to find ways to keep the form the same. You still have the same skills, and you don't let up on that. You keep true to your form. That is how a real artist should work. Yes, there may be changes though, but you keep true to how you do your work. You do not change, you do not compromise, you stick to it. So kudos to these people when they're working on it. And yes, I know Orange Hat did mention to me that they may not be paid as much, but really they're doing what they can with the little pay that they do have. So frankly, I agree with him on that. And I really don't buy into the bleeding heart types, because I really despise those people, because they're not being serious about it. They're just virtue signaling. Again, I know I'm kind of going off just a tiny bit, but again, looking at this is really well done. I love the designs. Kudos to them, to the artists that are working on this. I mean, look at this. Look at the detail, the way how, they keep true to how it was on the final season. Even though we didn't get this character on there, we did get Sailor Chibi Chibi in the show, but I doubt she was in it, because I was told from some fans she was mostly in the manga, and they put it more closely to that. Then we have a section for the interviews, and then just bits and pieces of it for the opening, and this I suspect is for the ending there, as well as this. Then you get the staff commentary on here. And then the track list for the original soundtrack. So I'll have to ask my friend to help me out. Then you get the lyrics for an extra song in this called Starline. So that's going to be fun to listen to. And there's the end for that. Now, I was told online that there's a few scenes, though, if you carefully pull it out. So I'm going to have to be very careful here. Steady she goes. Easy. Okay. Again, I need to be very careful here since I just bought the darn thing. Oh dear. 1, 2, 3. Very nice. Then disc 3. 1, 2, 3. Steady. And the final disc. 1, 2, 3. The starlights. Steady. Okay, so with that being said, since I know this is the final chapter, I know this is going to be only in Japanese, and I know I won't be able to understand it that well, but if this one does have Japanese subtitles for me to read, at least I can try to study from there. But overall, I'm going to have to try and give a rough summary based on what I'm listening to, what I'm seeing, and then putting it together in my head like a puzzle. So unlike the previous film, Eternal, this one, I wouldn't say I'm not just going into this blind, but for those of you who have read the manga, you know where this goes. You see how it unfolds, and this one tries to stay true to form in terms of what's going on for the final season, because I recall being told online by fans, he said, I think there's a lot of filler with the final season, and this one, I think, when it gets to the point of Sailor Galaxia corrupting the inner and outer senshi, it actually takes it a little differently compared to the original anime itself. And frankly, I think from what I can see based on just the promos and the trailer itself, they try to just cut to the chase. No fillers, get straight to the point. Now, debate-wise with regards to filler versus non-filler, yes, filler does sometimes help in terms of expanding things, but then there are times where it can get out of hand, depending on what shows you watch, and depending on the perspective of the viewer. So, for some, it works, for others, it does not. Does it help with the story? Yes. Does it depend on who you're talking to? Absolutely. Now, if I'm going to give just my general thoughts and overview on this, design-wise, it's definitely 10 out of 10. I'm definitely going to be listening to the music. And then, probably ask my friend to assist me in terms of trying to figure out how to translate certain bits. I'll let him take pictures of it. He can then send it to me in terms of how he had it translated, because he studies languages, including languages that are almost about to go extinct. Buzz Long, as there are professors that are trying to teach this stuff to newer generations who are clueless about other languages, at least the language still lives on, if you get what I mean, in terms of linguistics. But with that being said, this has just been my general overview of the limited edition for the final chapter in Sailor Moon. Hope you guys enjoyed this quick little overview for the limited edition for those of you guys who bought it. This is Geek Detective Pierce, also known as Skyhound. Hope you guys have a great happy holidays, Merry Christmas, or if you're Jewish, Happy Hanukkah, and for those that celebrate Kwanzaa, likewise to you. But anyways, stay safe, stay sane, and as always, stay humble. 好きに変わってお仕置きを